Are you insane and creative but you seem to struggle in game, or maybe you just feel like you've been stuck at the same level for a long time? Well, then you come to the right place. Today I'm going to teach all of you how to get faster mechanics and transfer those skills from creative into ranked. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps out a lot. But now onto the video. Now first things first, if you want faster mechanics, you need to know how to train your mechanics. So let's show all of you the fastest way to improve your personal mechanics. Now the first thing you should do is load up this map right here, Mechanics V4 by Raider. And what you can do in this map is from the hub, you can go to free build and then you can slow down your movement speed. So let's say I suck at high walls, I can go at a low speed and I can just practice them over and over until I get good at them. And then after you're comfortable on a low speed, you can go back to normal, and then you're going to notice that it's going to be a lot easier to do this movement on normal speed. So make sure if you're struggling, you do this. Also, another mistake I see a lot of players make is free building and warming up in the incorrect way. Sure, you should be warming up your mechanics, right? You know, practice your triple edits, practice your normal edits just to get your fingers warm. But after that, you should be practicing your actual build moves you're going to do in rank, because nobody's going to be hitting a quad edit like this on someone unless you're Booga or something like that, right? Instead, I should be practicing moves like this, practicing my side jumps, getting comfortable using builds that are mat efficient while also allowing me to take high ground. And if you're wondering what some good simple retakes are that will allow you to become a better fighter, some good build moves that you can practice is the protected side jump. So I catch myself on a floor and then a ramp, and then I hold walls with the high walls, and then I place a ramp above me to keep myself protected. And again, if you suck at it in normal speed and you can't do it, that's why this map is so good, because you can practice it on a lower speed so that you get comfortable. Another reason why this side jump is so good is because you can basically chain it with anything. Like right there, I can go up and then side jump off again. It's basically limitless on what you can do, so make sure to learn this move. Also, not only can you do a protected side jump like that, you can literally 180 and do a protected side jump like that. I showed it off in my last video. You can see the background gameplay here. I used it to take high ground and kill my opponent. Also, another thing, it doesn't have to be off a ramp. You can side jump off a cone. A lot of people don't know that. You can side jump straight off a cone. Although it is a lot harder to learn, it is possible. Another great build move that I like to use to change direction and catch your opponent off guard is the cone flip. So let's say there's a player to my right. I'm going to go up, place a wall, act like I'm going to triple edit, and then I'm going to flip the cone and then edit through. And as you can see in the background gameplay, this works in ranked. I've hit multiple clips doing this exact trick. So if you want to catch your opponent off guard, do this. Another thing about getting better builds and mechanics is you should have really good crosshair placement and crosshair control. What I mean by that is you don't want to make movements like this, right? This is bad because your crosshair is going to be everywhere. Instead, you want to have small controlled movement like this. This is going to make your edits way more cleaner, but it's also going to make you way more consistent. You'll notice that I barely miss an edit just because I have really good crosshair placements. And not only is this important for your builds, if I'm trying to fight someone, let's say this is a player right here, if I do a flick and then I have to track back, that takes a long time. But let's say I have a controlled crosshair. When I line up my shot, my crosshair's already on the player, and that means that I'm going to be way more consistent. Also, another reason why I love this map so much is because in the piece control training that it has, as you can see, these bots do damage to you, so you know when you're making a good edit versus a bad one. So like right here, it's a bad edit because I just got shot. But this right here is a good edit because I didn't get hit. So that's why this map is super solid, and I would really recommend it if you're having trouble not taking damage while peeking. Moving on now, let's talk about the fastest way to make your mechanics faster and just improve overall, and that is switching to edit on release. Now I know edit on release is somewhat controversial. Some may say it's good, some may say it's bad. But when you're on edit on release, your edits will become faster, and that will in turn give you more time to plan out your next move or your next peak. And that will make you have better overall decision making in a fight. But a lot of people may say, oh, when I switch to edit on release, I make bad edits because I can't stay protected anymore. And that's where incorporating movement into fighting comes in. Because you may be taking the right edits, but if you're not protected while making that edit, you're going to struggle. For example, right here, you can see these two clips side by side. One is with protected movement and the other one is without. And you can see the difference. If you're protected, you don't take any damage while doing damage. But if you're not protected, you're going to 50-50 and you're going to take damage at the same time. So make sure to incorporate movement into your fighting skills. Also, another thing, edit on release isn't only important for improving your mechanics, but it is also one of the best ways to help you transfer the skills you've learned into ranked. Because in ranked games, you're going to have a ton of input delay, and that means that your edits are going to be slower than ever. So having that little extra advantage and having less delay is going to help you overall and make you win a ton of more fights. But if you are employed, you might just want to stick to simple edit. Another way you can get better mechanics, but most importantly transfer those creative skills into ranked, is lag. The main issue you're going to have is your ping. Most players don't live close to the nearest Fortnite server, so that means in creative you may have 0 ping and 0 delay, but as soon as you hop into ranked, you go all the way up to 30 or 40 ping and you feel like you're literally playing a completely different game. If that's you, the best way to adjust to the in-game lag is by practicing in creative with high ping or maybe even a map with more input delay. This way when you jump into a ranked match, the difference won't feel as noticeable and it won't feel like you're playing on a complete toaster. And this is even more important when wanting to play tournaments. Like for example, let's say you want to play a solo cash cup, but you know the in-game delay is going to be insane compared to your creative warm-up. If that's you, you can adjust to the delay by switching your region maybe about 10 minutes before you get into a match. Then you can practice your free builds and aim with that added delay. That way when you actually get into the tournament, you're adjusted and you won't feel like you're playing on a toaster. Also, when warming up to play ranked or a tournament, I would recommend playing Martha's box fights because it allows you to train your brain to deal with third parties while fighting. And if I know anything about all the time I've spent in ranked is that this season, third parties are more common than ever. The problem with normal 1v1s is that it's just you and the other player, and that's not realistic because in a battle royale there's 100 other people in the lobby with you, and any one of them might decide to ruin your game and grief you. So think about things like this when you're warming up. But I will mention that if you're not that good at the game, or even worse, employed, you might just want to stick to 1v1s and grind before you think about playing Martha's box fights. That way you can hone your skills in a less chaotic space. Now that we've gone over all of these simple ways you can get better mechanics, let's go over a simple fight against an Unreal ranked player to show you how you can transfer those mechanics and skills into an actual ranked game. So in this fight here, I'm going to see a player in front of me and I'm going to get a big hit of opening damage, so then obviously I'm going to push the player with my orb. Now when I teleport on the player, I try and cone him, but he backs up and he's going to create space. Now when he creates space, pay attention to how I approach this player's box. I'm going to go up one layer diagonally from the player's box, and then I'm going to place 2 walls to my left and a double edit below me. This doesn't allow the player to double edit up on me and shoot me right here, and that means he's forced to edit on this wall. So what I'm going to do is fake pickaxe swing, pull out my pump to see if I can bait the player to shoot. When I bait the player to then edit, I can then crack him. Now after I've done all this, I kind of know the type of player this guy is because he's the type of player to make bad edits and give me free damage. So I'm just going to keep applying pressure on this player to see if I can force another big mistake from him. So right here, I fake pickaxe swing again, set up a Martha's peek to see if he'll go for it. When he doesn't, I'm then just going to realize that I have to go up. I'm just going to change angles on the player, and then I'm going to realize there's no floor on his box right here, so I'm going to steal that as my own, edit the floor, and then I'm going to do another simple fake pickaxe swing. And what do you know? He edits on me and I'm able to pump him and pick up a simple kill. So make sure you notice patterns in players, but also you incorporate movement into your edits and peaks, because if you don't, you're going to end up like this player. Now it's really important to have good mechanics when fighting in ranked is that you avoid 50-50s as much as possible, and that usually means that when you're in a fight like this one, you have to do the little extra bits that no one else will do. Like right here, I land on this player's head, I cone him, and when I cone him, I'm not just going to wide edit right now. This would be a 50-50 and then who knows, we'll win, right? Instead, I'm going to edit the cone and then reset it to bait the player's shot. Then he's vulnerable and then I can pump him and pick up a simple kill. So make sure if you want to fight smarter and not take any damage, do this. Now all of these tips are going to help you get better mechanics, but really quickly let's go over some optimizations that you can use in your settings to give you 0 input delay. First things first, you're going to want to go down here into your display, and then you're going to scroll down all the way to here, have view distance, textures, meshes all on low. This is going to give you the most FPS possible, and that will in turn give you less input delay. Also, another thing, if you have the editing bug where it feels like you're messing up your triple edits or anything like that, you can go into your settings right here and make sure you have both of these settings off. You want to have reset building choice off and disable pre-edit option. The reason you want to have both these off is because it adds input delay, and that's why you're messing up your triple edits or your double edits or anything like that. So make sure if you have this setting on, you turn it off so that you can edit like me, you know, because I'm pretty good at the game. And finally, go down here to the lower settings, turn NVIDIA highlights off, and then go down a little further and turn all of the replays off and energy savings off. I have this on for content. Do not have this on, turn this off. Now that is the end of this video, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, go check out my full fighting guide right here. But with that, I'm out. Peace.